Hello and welcome to So You Think You Know Wine, Season 6, Round 6. I'm James Chatto and I'm joined for this round by Michael Godel, Will Predhomme and David Lawrason. They're going to identify this red in the decanter and we will score their decisions. We're at the Wine Academy in Toronto and we're drinking from Zolto glasses. So Will, would you do the honors and pour for us all, please?
Of course.
Nice form.
Yeah, a couple of years of experience. Never spills a drop.
Well, I don't know about that.
Okay, there's a nice color.
You like that color, David?
I do, yeah. It's the color of one of my favorite grapes, actually.
A warmer climate, not sold yet, but yeah, it does have that spice, a little bit of tannin, but there's a supple softness to it as well. The thing that's throwing me off is this color. It's not particularly deep, right? So we have a contrast of ripe fruit, but not that deep of a color. So that brings you into certain areas in the world and certain grape varieties.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's the grape that I thought it was from the color. So that was. It's taken me about 2 minutes to sort of veer off that track and get to what I think it really is, and I'm not sure yet. So.
It's the flavors that led you away?
Yeah, it's the flavors. It's the finish. It's quite a stern finish. There's some tannin. There's a little bit of alcohol. The acidity is fairly high, slightly sour acidity, maybe just a little touch of volatile acidity in the back. And that's taking me away from where I was, at least.
Well, it's definitely a gutsy and elegant wine, but it's made elegant, I think, by wood. You know, I'm getting some creaminess, some vanilla kind of coming from it, and I think it's that wood that's filling in the holes, but nicely, and it's not overdone for sure. So I'm leaning old world and into things like, you know, Garnacha, or maybe we talked about this before. I mean, it could be in that Zino Mavro kind of vein as well, but
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean,
yeah, I think I'm
but wooded.
Same here.
As well.
It speaks to a place, right? And
So we just have to find that place.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of the point, yeah.
All right. I'm happy to go first. I'll throw it out
Yeah,
there.
okay.
I do think it's a Grenache-based wine just due to that ripeness of fruit, the color as well. Though there could be some Syrah mixed in, which would be very typical for southern Rhone, which is distinctly Mediterranean. But I don't think it's Châteauneuf de Pape. I don't think it has the power or intensity. I think it might be a Cotes du Rhone village, something along those lines. So this would be from France. It's fairly youthful, perhaps a 2014 vintage. And price-wise, I think $17.95.
Okay, that sounds pretty convincing. I'm going to veer slightly differently. I think you're definitely in the right part of the world. I think it's Mediterranean, and that would take it to a blend of the Rhone varieties, as they're called. You know, Syrah, Grenache, and so Carignan, Mourvedre. From the color, I would say Grenache is definitely a factor in here, but I think there's some Carignan as well. That doesn't help me with the place very much, but it's definitely one of those blends. It's got a nice little bit of minerality on it, and I was thinking Spain at first, but I think it's got a little bit too much acid for Spain, for the most part. So I'm going to go to south of France, but I'm going to go over to the west and into the Languedoc, and into an appellation like Minervois or Corbière, which to me are indistinguishable at the moment. So I'll say Minervois. I think it's got a little bit of age to it. It's just ruby, just moving into garnet, so I'm going to say it's about 4 years old. No, I'll make it 3, so let's make it 2013. And price, there's some really good values coming out of this part of the world. So I'm going to go very close to Will on price. I'll just go a buck different and say $18.95.
How about you, Michael?
I'm not so far off from these two fine educators, so I'm going to stick with that vein. I think it's also France. I think it's only Grenache and Syrah. This little bit of volatility and dusty quality really reminds me of Ogier, so that's where I'm going. And I think it's younger than I first thought, and I say 2014.
And the price?
And my price is $16.95.
So we're all in the south of France.
We are.
Let's find out what this wine really is. Shall we?
Feeling confident. Oh! Okay.
Close, close, close. Very good, gents.
Very close.
Cool.
Cotes du Rhone.
guys
Grenache
have been very
Syrah.
well.
Who said Grenache Syrah? Ta-da. There you go. Nicely done.
So it is. It's a GSM. It's Grenache, Syrah, and a little Mourvèdre in there. It's France. It's from the southern Rhone. The year is 2014. It's a Heritage Cotes du Rhone from Ogier, and it's 1495.
Cool.
Cool. So high scores around this table.
Help the cause.
David, 5 points. You came third. Michael, 7 points. You were second. Will, a princely 9 points.
Whoa.
Congratulations.
All right.
Well done, William.
Confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, gents.
Excellent.
All right. Cheers.
Well done.